Hello and welcome. You are watching the PDGA National Tour on JomezPro. We are at the third stop, the 2019 Santa Cruz Masters Cup from Santa Cruz, California, and the iconic De La Viega Disc Golf Course. BigSexy commentary here with you, as always, Nate Sexton and Jeremy Koling.
And we see that Ricky Wysocki coming out hot right there with a 14 under first round. Look at that. 100% Circle 1X putts. Is just a great start for Ricky. Course record on this modified layout here at De La Viega. Paul McBeth. I think these two have accounted for what, like the last 6 Masters Cup titles. It's something incredible. Scramble 100% for both Paul and Eagle. Look at this feature group we've got so far. This is and very featurey.
Paul, Eagle, and Matt played together yesterday and just put up 3 12s.
And Matt Bell obviously playing really hot with his win at Utah.
Here we go. Hole 1, uphill, par 3, 345. A lot of trees to hit and a lot of rollaways to be had. These guys are going to go fairway or distance driver. Try to keep it straight. If anything, maybe a little bit of hyzer stall, but ideally you really want to just stay straight. Stay away from those limbs that are reaching towards the basket there on the right side of your picture. And just try to find one of these little tiers and settle softly. Ricky with the T-bird.
And don't let the 345 fool you.
Whoa.
And did that? Oh, good. It came down.
I think it's low enough.
It's low enough. It's under 2 meters. And if you've been watching before, you know that the 2 meter rule is in effect almost everywhere in California, almost at every tournament.
And if you have your eyes open and your volume turned up, you'll see that it is raining in a serious way.
I would say the tickets to Birdie Fest have been sold out. They were purchased all yesterday.
Yeah, you got to find a scalper, and they're triple price they were yesterday.
And that's a great shot from Paul to start off. Eagle going for a little hyzer flip high play. This is the way I think that suits the hole the best.
Wow.
And Eagle has, I'd say those are parked. Those are within 25 feet. Those are great shots.
It just seems that Eagle could so easily just float up an ace on this hole. Like, it's such a far shot.
Yeah, and it's very aceable. You know, it's one of those shots that you can run from the tee and not really have much worry. I mean, it's going to roll away probably, but it suits the eye with a hill on the backstop.
Yeah, if I could throw it a lot farther. Great shot from Matt. Ricky with the pig here, and this is getting away from him. But it's a puttable shot. He's probably 35. Ricky's still away.
Oh.
Great putt.
That is a really... It looks like your screen is tilted, but it's not. I mean, that's the really incredible angle here to see the dramatic slope that this green has. And great putt from Matt, picking up the birdie on hole 1, averaging just below par at 2.99. You're going to get a few birdies from these long players, as you can see here. And Eagle and Paul and Matt are all going to pick up these great twos. But there's so much rollaway potential, as you can tell, just looking at this hillside.
Yeah, Ricky's putt is a very scary one. 4 par, and you can just imagine all kinds of things happening from there.
And look, even on the spot where the pin is, they built a flat spot, and it's still like a 30-degree slope. It's pretty crazy.
We keep on climbing on hole 2, par 3, 276 through the trees. You have your option of a straight shot to hyzer finish, a overhand shot, or a turnover to try to get up here to the green. This one is almost just as much slope as the last. A lot of trees here and a lot of potential for 2 meters. Let's see which route Paul goes with.
He traditionally goes for the big Anheuser route. But this time, he's going straight at it. Or maybe he goes...
I feel like he usually goes straight, to be honest. Even before the tree fell.
Ricky goes Anheuser.
Yes, you're right about that.
And Paul's got the putt that he had in Skins, right with that V tree in the way it looks like.
Uh-oh. I've done that before.
You did that yesterday.
Just quite recently. I bet you Eagle handles it better than I did.
Matt Bell, 49er himself from the great state of California.
And this is a nice looking shot.
Oh, yeah, that's
High
beautiful.
Turnover. Wow. Low ceiling putt, but he's there.
Looking really great.
And this should be the Anheuser route from Rick. Boy, another early hit. He should be okay, but, I mean, he's got a lot of work.
Yeah, that is a tricky approach right there. Ricky's
Oh, no.
nowhere close to the basket now. He's 60 feet with almost a putt you can't even run.
Eagle escapes beautifully from down there.
And not even the world's most aggressive putter is going for that putt. That's going to be a drop shot for Ricky. Paul's got an opportunity here to pick up a big birdie.
And that sits down nicely. And looks like Matt doesn't even have to go to the knee. He did have the ceiling, and what a birdie.
Matt Bell is like one of the scrappiest players. When you play at Penn Valley, like that's the kind of style of golf that is going to really showcase how you play on courses like De La Viega. Like at the Fort a couple weeks ago in Utah, it's a course that really challenges you to really get crafty with your angles and get up and down from strange places and make some really big putts. And as we know, Matt Bell was the 2015 World Putting Champion, I believe.
Yep.
2015, I think? Was it Pittsburgh?
I don't know the year, but I know that he did win that title. Hole 3, par 3, 354 along the ridge line. Big drop-offs on both sides. Really nothing in the way, but it can be a bit windy. And again, just grip becoming such an issue here as the rain comes down. Even early in the round, hard to keep your hands dry, the discs dry. As soon as you step on the tee and try to take that moment to collect yourself, everything's wet again.
The tricky part for me was the brim of my hat getting wet. And then that started raining down on my discs. Like I couldn't even, you can't protect. There's no umbrella for your hat.
You need like a 10 or 20 times bigger brim. If your brim was like 6 or 7 square feet.
That's not a bad idea. Bell coming up short. This is looking really nice.
Yeah,
McBeth made the correction from round 1.
Wow. Ideal.
Wow. No follow flight. Surprising. That's just such a pretty straight shot. And that's
not straight. Well, it's straight.
Yeah.
But it's not aimed correctly.
Kind of like Tarzan flies straight into a tree.
Yeah. He got a good kick, though. At least he didn't go farther down the ravine.
George of the Jungle, excuse me, not Tarzan.
They've probably both hit some trees, but yeah, George is more famous.
Yeah, George of the Jungle. Getting back to disc golf. Sorry.
This is going to fade out a little.
Yeah, Eagle is going to be in danger. Well,
that's a lot farther away than you'd like to be.
Oh, certainly. It's probably further away than you want to be off the tee.
Yes. He doesn't like that. Or maybe his hat was just about to fall off.
It looked like his hat was kind of rattling.
Pretty good support from the gallery considering the conditions. And Rick off the top, and that kind of got away from him too.
Yep. Wow, and he's still out.
Well done.
Yeah, that's a solid putt. And just the assault of the basket continues 68 feet away for the long birdie. Drawing medal every time.
Great putt.
Really nice cleanup putts. And it doesn't look like the rain. At this time of the round, the rain really hadn't started picking up yet. It's wet, it's drizzly, but it's certainly manageable conditions as Matt makes his par putt.
Ooh.
Man, that you can see right there that Mach X, it is a great catching target, but sometimes that is the one problem with it, is that it pushes out those slower putts. Or even doesn't have to even be slower. If it just catches it in the wrong spot, like right in that little X joint, it sometimes rocks it right back out.
Hole 4, par 3, 378 downhill. This is top of the world in the short position. Moved here for safety reasons and a great change, I think, for the course, the longevity of the course and the tournament. These guys can play big hyzer over the top, mid-range or putter straight at the basket, forehand straight at the basket. Eagle might even do a grenade. You never know. Looks like Paul's going to go for a hyzer.
Yeah, and that's looking pretty decent as long as it's really overstable.
It's kind of an intermediate hyzer. We saw Rick go with a bigger hyzer day one.
Matt Bell looks like he's lining up maybe a steady, going straight at the basket with a putter, but it is not turning as much as he'd like. And
down
it
to
does
the ground,
come down.
and that's not bad. It's in the circle.
That will be a knee putt, though. I do not think that he kicked
so.
out far enough. Metal Flake Max for Eagle McMahon going for the super crazy high spike, and this thing has got so much overstability that it's just going to go crash.
Nice. And Rick Firebird, I believe.
This is looking like it might be a little bit left. It needs to come down. Okay.
It does, but that's going to be a tricky spot.
Mm-hmm. They don't call him Tricky Ricky for no reason. He's going to find a way.
He's going to show us.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Maybe a little bit too Ricky for even Tricky Ricky.
Wow.
That's exactly what we're talking about, man.
That's on fire. That's 3 under.
Yep, 3 under through 4, and
in adverse conditions. I mean, that's a dream start.
And I wouldn't even say adverse yet. It's like unfortunate conditions, I guess. Oh no!
Oh boy!
Speaking of unfortunate,
when I played these holes, it was adverse. But I think maybe these guys, there was a little lull at this
you were
time.
about an hour and a half before these guys,
yeah,
I believe.
I think so.
And so it was raining a lot harder. And right about this time, it kind of softened up a little bit. But that's only going to be for a few more holes.
Ooh, dangerous game.
Yeah, that is a dangerous game. Paul with a couple missed putts on the second and the fourth hole so far. Maybe the grip is something that he's just gonna have to figure that out.
Hole 5, par 3, 315, going uphill up these multiple tiers. You have to just lace this. Perfect low line, a lot of power. Somehow missed the log.
Yeah.
It's possible, but there's so many things trying to stop you from getting up there.
Yeah, once you get over those 3 tiers of railroad tides, getting over or under that log is the last step of the equation. And you can start to see now the rain is... It's going to be like this for the remainder of the round, essentially.
Ooh, good power. Just couldn't find a way.
It's just such an interesting complex of things you have to miss. It's like when you draw this one up in your head, I guess it kind of looks like that.
That is fantastic.
But
Catches
Paul,
the log,
yep.
but he's got 40 feet.
But that's the gap you kind of draw up in your head, is that maybe if you hit that line, you'll get lucky somehow.
I've been drawing it in my head a long time and really struggling to get it into the real world.
Matt having to play a backdoor shot, which is so smart. He knew he couldn't go for the pin, so he attacked the closest spot to the pin. All too often you see amateur players try to go for the park job on every shot, and sometimes that's just not realistic to try to save the best score.
Yeah, better to trust yourself from 20 feet and play a higher percentage. Rick going back to that pig. Well done.
Paul with an opportunity to correct the putting error.
Wow.
And he does. That's a big-time birdie.
SloMez. Huge. That is a great two. Another nice putt from Matt.
Scrappy doodle dooski, man. This guy is just going to be raining in putts for pars and birdies. That's just my guess for the rest of the round. McBeth, one of only 8 players to pick up the really awesome 2 on hole 1.
Guy in my group got it named Jack, even way back there in the 40s with me, and he got up there and made a big putt.
Jack Lou.
Hole 6, par 3, 270, going straight up the mountain, bending to the left. You can see it inside hyzer backhand here, turnover forehand, even some overhand plays with a tomahawk or with thumber. I think we're going to see mostly forehands and backhands from this group.
Paul likes to go this super tight inside route. That's a little bit wider than he normally throws it, but this looks just fine.
Yeah, I'll say that's probably just outside the circle.
And that's a pretty scary putt, to say the very least.
Another little bit too wide. And I don't think it got a skip.
And that is just so easy to do with that backhand route. Eagle going for just a soft flick.
Gosh, Eags puts it so high. So good.
That is perfection.
That's the best shot I've ever seen on this hole.
Wow.
Just the way that came in, no luck required. I feel like every time I park this hole and see it on video later, something weird happened. Nothing weird happened there. It just
that
flew right
just
to
perfect.
it.
Matches the angle of the disc, and the stability was perfect to hit flat and slide. And anytime you introduce a flat disc into the ground here at De La Viega, you're just...
Oh, no.
Wow,
Wow,
what a
big
bad
mistake.
break. Yeah, mistake? Or,
I mean, way too much speed.
Right, okay. Yeah, it's just hard to tell. I don't know what he hit.
And neither do I, but yeah, it appeared to be far too much speed.
Who runs that putt?
Putt.
That is so dangerous.
Back-to-back SloMez. This might be 42, 40, maybe even 45 feet.
And once again, McBeth with a big-time pickup. Matt, just as I say, we're going to see him raining in putts for par and birdie all day. He picks up his first bogey of the round. Eagle steps up. These are 2 of the 8 birdies on the day on hole 2.
Wow.
Back-to-back bonus birdies for Paul McBeth.
Hole 7, par 3, 354, going downhill. You have the option of a low mid-range straight at the basket with a backhand or a high forehand over the top to try to crash into these trees.
McBeth picking up a little bit of momentum with 2 back-to-back bonus birdies and seeing if he can keep that momentum going here.
Most likely a force. Oh, and he dropped him.
Man down. Oh, no. An Eagle going for, I don't know what he's throwing, but it's going to probably be really overstable. He likes to throw this big, high knife sidearm.
FD3 maybe, or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's
Maybe
a good spot.
Maybe even PD2 if he's going real high with it.
And Rick, you can see, you get that grip right under the umbrella, step out, and get
Yeah.
ready to throw because those raindrops are coming in right for your thumb. They're very accurate.
Yeah, they are. They really get good coverage.
They know where to go.
Rick going with that Sexton Firebird. I appreciate that. Looks like a decent shot.
And Bell is yanked this
Whoa.
way left. The camera doesn't even see it. And the gallery is in trouble.
Everybody
Oh, man.
stayed on their feet. That is a victory.
I almost took down one of the Nava brothers. Oh, goodness.
Just bidding that.
Yeah.
Wow. Friendly little tree. Keeps him close.
He really does. We were talking about MJ going for every putt. Matt Bell goes for every single putt. Like, I've seen MJ lay up before. I've never seen Matt Bell lay up.
Eagle for the birdie. Oh, just left and low. And Rick with the opportunity to take a stroke on the group.
Count it.
And he needs that. That's his first birdie of the day.
Oh, wow, it is. But, I just seeing the way that he's walking and his charisma, he's not dejected.
No.
He understands that these conditions are difficult for every single person on the course. It's going to be a matter of just staying in it for the long haul, getting through the round, trying to shoot 3 or 4 under today is going to be almost as effective as his first round shooting 14 under.
Yeah.
Or maybe like 8 down would be about the same as the 14.
Yeah, I would think so.
The course is so much more difficult in these conditions.
Hole 8, par 3, 390, super technical. Slightly uphill to start, slightly downhill to finish. Forehand roller, a popular play. Low fairway driver or mid-range, also popular. Trying to just stay underneath all these branches and take a good slide. But you've got the cliff down the entire right side. Tons of 2-meter penalties, tons of rollaways, tons of trees to hit. Just a really tough hole.
Ricky going for that forehand roller. It looks like, again, another...
He said, oh boy, that probably means too much angle.
It looked decent out of the hand, but this is such a hard hole to capture the film. You don't know what the players are going to throw with the backhand or roller. Or... Oh, McBeth is squeezed out to the left side of the fairway.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's a pretty decent spot. There's a couple openings on that back door that are available. The scary part is coming up short down the middle of the fairway. That's when
That
it's really...
flipped so early. I think that's way left. Maybe not even out of the trees from the little bit of it that I saw.
Yeah. And able to catch that one. And that is where the tricky approaches really seem to be. Like super low ceiling and downhill. So you have to put a lot of spin on it to get it under the ceiling. But then you also have to have enough touch to keep the disc from going way past the basket. Yeah. Because only about 15 to 18 feet behind the basket is a low ceiling area where you really can't even putt from.
Yeah, look at this high hyzer from Matt.
That's kind of...
Wow, don't do it.
And look at that. Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Brutal.
Right there.
Hopefully he can straddle out.
He's 15 feet and might not even have a look at the pin.
And Ricky fortunate to stay up top if his roller was in fact too much cut. That's going to be a tester putt though for Eagle and Rick. All likely going with that zone.
Really no surprise here. This is the hardest hole on the course, averaging just about 3.5 at 3.48.
Oh no. Rick a little low. Yeah, this rain. It doesn't, nice putt from Eagle. It really doesn't matter what you're doing. Any activity where you need to stand around in this for 4 hours.
Yeah.
It starts getting tough, whatever that activity happens to be.
I feel like I somewhat prefer to like just pour because you think, okay, it might be done in like an hour. You know, just come down hard and get it out of your system, buddy.
Nice putt.
Great putt from Matt. Look at that. He's 16 feet.
Yep.
Having to do a trick putt, but again, that's not a problem for Matt Bell. But yeah, when it rains like this kind of rain, you know it's not going anywhere for a long time.
A little more of a West Coast rain than that East Coast or Central U.S. where it just smashes you for half an hour and then it's gone.
Right.
West Coast will give you more of that 4-hour thing sometimes. Here is a leaderboard check-in. Paul alone at the top through 8 holes, 16 under. Eagle at 15. Look at Simon on the move up into third, a tie for third at 14.
And Alex Russell making big moves. 5 under. I mean, that's good shooting in calm conditions in perfect weather.
Hole 9, par 3, 393. This one is flat to start and then pretty sharply downhill with a big drop off behind the basket. Tunnel and low ceiling most of the way. So you want to throw a mid-range or maybe a fairway driver. I expect this group is going to be mid-ranges. Just trying to float it over that ridge just out of sight and take your slide down to the basket. Here is Paul with a mid-range, and this is pretty right. I don't know where that went.
That shot was right all the way and definitely not all right.
Wow, it's very flippy.
Wow, look at that. Eagle McMahon has just thrown a gem, ladies and gentlemen. That is
I knew it was good, but I didn't think it was that good.
Wow.
That might have been a putter.
That was incredible. And that's more of the traditional result. It seems like such a hard hole.
And Rick is early as well, and Eagle is going to take some strokes.
Yeah, and when you're going hardest hole in the course at one of the hardest courses.
Oh, look at Paul. Into the jungle.
That's almost, if he navigated through 10 feet, he will not be able to get up and down. It is the thickest rough I've ever been in.
Yeah.
On that left side.
And this is cruising as well. Luckily it's Matt, so that putt's probably not an issue.
Right.
Rick. Is that the pig? Probably.
Oh, yeah. Heavy angle on that. That's definitely his pro pig, and that's going to leave Ricky about 20 feet, 25 maybe.
And how bad is it for Paul here?
I tell you, man, my drive landed in there, and there wasn't an ounce of daylight.
He's up. That's nicely done. No.
De La Viega, folks. De La Viega is just full of it.
Wow. Brutal.
And a good branch, because that could have gone another 40 feet. But, oh my gosh. That is going to be a 5 for Paul.
Wow.
And Matt able to save the par.
Gosh.
Great up and down. And
It's
just
so impressive. Like, putting a lot. I have not spent a lot of time putting in this level of rain. You know, I don't think many people have. And you see Rick, you know, best putters on the planet. It gets tough. Here's Paul.
Paul is...
Triple bogey 6.
Eagle is just going to step up and just take 4 strokes. Just like that.
Wow.
2 strokes from Ricky. Just like that.
We're going to see a very strange color here. The brown.
I've never seen McBeth do something like that before. It's just a...
Wow.
He's human, folks.
That was, wow. That was bad luck, bad weather, bad execution. All of that in one, and it adds up to a nightmare hole for
The mad
Paul.
scientist that put him together finally figured out how to make him human again, because that's the first time we've ever really seen something like that.
Hole 10, par 3, 348, going downhill with OB along the left side, a little bit of a slope on the right. Eagle, most likely, probably a putter, but man, is that an early release, and that is just gonna,
it could be really bad. If that rolls down far enough, it's in another really bad spot.
This rain is really starting to.
It's so hard. The disparity, though.
Oh man,
it's got to be. It's kind of interesting to watch it though, to see what, you know, like as a spectator.
Definitely. We've seen plenty of rounds of these guys just shredding it up in the sun.
Yeah.
I'm over that.
I don't know. I don't want to say I'm over that, but
I am.
Okay.
Dude, I am. I'm over that. I'm ready to see a little bit of rain. I mean, I like to see them battle. You know, they're still going to put up great scores. I'm not worried about these guys. Paul, it's a really, I was going to say great hyzer finish, and then just taken away from him and just cruising down the hill.
That's why they call it De La, baby. It's just a roller coaster, man.
Look what Eagle's looking at. Up and over and into the road.
That's why those logs are there. But he found the one spot where it's kind of eroded.
Wow, Rick nearly cashes it. Matt down in a pit somewhere.
And
well done.
Very well done. And at this point, you know, when you're seeing the top 2 players in the world just taking big numbers and struggling, there's just a really strange dynamic that I can feel just from watching this. I can't even imagine what it would have been like for the players on this card. That's it.
Go ahead and say the top 3 players in the world with Eagle making bogey here.
Yeah, certainly.
On one of the easiest holes on the course.
I have not looked at the world rankings lately, but I would not be surprised if these were the 1, 2, and 3. Are they number 1, 2, and 3?
I would be surprised if they weren't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Intuitively, I feel like there's no question that these are the top 3 performing players in the last year.
Don't try to argue with us.
Please don't.
Hole 11, par 3, 201, going uphill and to the right. Huge ravine on the right side. Most players are going to go backhand putter, just a little bit of turnover. Try to slide up to the basket. This has to be the easiest hole on the course.
Oh, yeah. This is only the 22nd easiest. So there's 2 holes that are playing
interesting.
Even
maybe
easier.
Maybe the cliff kind of rearing its head here.
I know. I saw a 6 on my card.
This is a lot of turn. It's an ace. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Incredible. Can that just stick? I mean, out of the hand, you don't even like this. You're like, that is really going fast and heading for the cliff. Strong side and everything. I mean,
Unbelievable.
Great news is it's right next to the basket.
And it hit high right where you kind of want to hit.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
That needs to get down. There's road over there.
I don't think he found it, but that's an interesting place he's probably never thought he would land. Paul looking perfect, but probably rolling.
I think that's gone.
Both of those are just a little heavy on the Anheuser. Even Matt's. I mean, I know it hit chains. I still don't love the shot out of his hand because it's just so treacherous over there.
And this is a do or die in any sort of condition where it's just normal. Even well, it never really gets windy out here, but
it does sometimes.
Does it?
Down in these woods, you're pretty protected, I suppose.
An eagle lays that one up. See if we can find where McBeth landed. They're pointing down the hill.
Rick is. Oh boy, Rick.
Oh,
that was Rick's par.
That was a par putt.
Fell out of his hand, and wow, can you talk about getting punished? You know, you're already.
Ricky has managed to get up.
Paul's already under the basket now, and we got to forgive. I mean, the Jomez guys are out here trying to keep these multi-$1,000 cameras dry in this weather. Like, they've almost got a harder job than the players on a day like this. Because it's like if a disc gets wet and you shank it, it's like that's a bogey. I can live with that.
Yeah.
You have these SloMez camera getting wet, and we're talking about an untold number of dollars.
And Matt Bell only hitting chains once on the hole.
That's not bad. That's kind of how you usually do it, but he did it in a different way. Hole 12, par 3, 310 feet. This one is straightforward. You look for a turnover mid-range. It's really these 3 tree trunks you need to miss, and Ricky's been showing us kind of a cool Anheuser Firebird play. There's also a forehand, but I don't really expect this group's going to take that option.
That's an interesting point about the cameras. I mean, one mistake and the course, it might cost you anywhere from $20 to $100, maybe a couple $100 if you're in the top 5.
Yeah.
One mistake with Jonathan, Jerry, or Mike, we're talking about that's a $6,000 mistake.
Yeah. And that's if we don't have to do any knee surgeries if these guys go down one of these hills.
Yeah, certainly. And that's a very good point. There's a couple players. Peter McBride had to drop out of the event. I know Michael Johansson rolled his ankle. Peter McBride rolled his ankle. In practice, I rolled my ankle.
Yep.
There's just roots out here everywhere. And when it's slick, those roots are so unsupportive. And I mean, they never really are that supportive. But
looks like Rick's gone away from the Firebird. Probably smart in this weather.
Yeah, Champion Plastic, anything premium plastic is just going to be a little bit slicker. And it's so hard. If you don't have a caddy keeping your discs dry and you have to do all this work by yourself, you are making life so difficult on yourself.
Yeah, and if anybody watching this video has a time machine and wants to meet me for round 3's tee time and do a caddy thing, that'd be great. So just get out there. I tee just in a couple hours. Well, actually about 10 hours before you see this video.
Oh, and Eagles birdie putt has gone wayward left.
This is for birdie. It's not happening today, folks.
Wow. This is something else.
It's just so hard to keep a positive attitude, too. You just start to feel like even the easy putts aren't working. Like, I can't, when I finally do grip a disc correctly and get it down there, I'm not even getting away with a reward for that. It's just really hard. You just have to keep in mind that everybody's battling the conditions. It's just kind of a survival thing. Just make as many good shots as you can and try to, keep your attitude as good as possible. I was kind of going with I'm already in 49th. Please rain more. Please rain more. Please rain more. And that kind of helped me keep a smile on my face. As bad as it got, I kept thinking, well, the more rain, the better for me. I'm already doing pretty bad.
Well, look at that last image. Ricky was putting with his left hand, holding a bag of towels in his right hand with the umbrella in it. If that doesn't tell you the importance of keeping that hand dry, I don't know what else can.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not a common place to see a bag.
What a first 12 holes.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're getting wet from this rain through the screen, get in there, take a warm shower, dry off, and meet us back for the conclusion. We got the back 12 coming right at you.